Hey guys, I've got a haircut here and I want to make a video for somebody that put a comment up, so actually a request. It says, hey, I have a request, can you make a video on the foods having anti-aging properties, and also a video on naturally losing weight through diet. I believe all problems have some or the way these two are root causes. It will sure help software engineers like me. And I give a lot of credit to this person because being a software engineer must be very difficult, as it probably requires a lot of understanding and knowledge. Who sit in front of systems for a long time and are deprived of exercises, also have excess body weight. Thanks a lot. And this is from Laurel's 1992. So I just want to try to think here of some of the anti-aging foods that would help you. And I will say that pretty much all plant foods across the board, ones that are non-toxic, of course, because there's some poisonous plants which obviously nobody would want to consume, otherwise it would cause them to become deathly ill and perhaps kill them. But mostly all fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes are extremely medicinal and anti-aging because they contain antioxidants. Okay, all plant foods contain antioxidants. Antioxidant meaning against oxidation, and of course the aging process results in oxidation. So anything that you can do to prevent oxidation in your body, you are basically slowing the aging process down. A good analogy of that would be if you slice an apple in half and you set that apple out on the countertop. After a period of time, the apple will start to turn brown, and that is the result of oxidation. Now, if you take that same apple after you've sliced it and you squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over the top, it won't oxidize as fast because lemon juice has vitamin C naturally present in it, and vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. So the vitamin C will help slow the rate at which the oxidation is happening. So anytime that you can increase the antioxidants in your body, you are slowing down the aging process, which is a very good thing. That's what we want. If we are concerned about our aging, as an individual. So pretty much any foods, across the board in the plant kingdom is going to provide you with some anti-aging properties. Now, I would be mostly concerned with those foods which cause aging, because those are the foods you want to greatly reduce or eliminate from your diet, and that would, of course, be processed junk foods, because after they've been processed, it loses many of the vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and things that were naturally present in that food. So after the processing, it removes such things, and therefore you don't get those powerful medicinal compounds. The other thing is that animal products, which aren't really meant for human beings to consume, will generate a lot of oxidation in your body because animal products do not contain any antioxidants. Animal products contain cholesterol and fat, and because it produces oxidation, it's oxidizing the cholesterol, which will cause plaque in your arteries, thus reducing blood flow to the parts of your body. So if you want healthier skin, hair, nails, you name it, then you need to have better blood flow. In order to have better blood flow, you need to have less oxidation. And you only can stop such processes if you remove all of this oxidizing free radicals. So greatly minimizing or eliminating animal products is number one on my list to help slow the aging process down. Because if you just look at the human body, we don't have claws, sharp claws. We don't have really sharp teeth. We can't just jump on top of an animal and start biting into its flesh. And besides that, we aren't really naturally inclined to want to do such a thing. We're more that of a herbivore, even though some say we're omnivore and we can obviously digest meat, it just puts a lot of tremendous burden on the body, in my opinion, and it really doesn't support the natural detoxification process, but rather burdens it. So we have a harder time getting rid of toxins and things when we put such undue stress onto our body. With all that being said, then animal products, okay, if you are going to consume them, should be coming from a farm, and should be consumed very minimally, at least less than 10% of your daily diet. And if you would consume them, do so on like special holidays or occasions, but don't make it a predominantly big part of your diet. I always say the best thing is consume a predominantly plant-based diet, eat mostly plants, and you should be healthy throughout life. Avoid fast food restaurants, but eat a lot of whole plant foods. So this isn't a deprivation way of eating. You can actually eat a lot of plant foods when you're vegan and yet remain very thin. I actually consume a pretty large amount of food most days. Some days I don't. I do intermittent fasting once in a while, only because, not consciously, because I don't make it really a chore, but it more really comes naturally to me because, in other words, when I consume a high nutritious diet, I really don't have cravings for food, so I'm not very hungry all the time. So some days I don't eat a lot, I eat very little. Other days, I'll pig out. I'll make a huge bowl of brown rice and beans, and I kind of eat, and I let my hunger dictate to me, when I should eat or not, which is a natural thing to do. So the main thing is to get rid of the bad things, put in the good things, and it will help to slow the aging process down. So by avoiding animal products, by avoiding processed foods, you can consume pretty much unlimited amounts of whole vegan foods. That being said, you could consume unlimited amounts of vegetables, fruits, carrots, celery, apples, bananas, brown rice, wild rice, quinoa. If you don't have a gluten sensitivity, you could consume things like sprouted grain breads. And you're going to get full before you want to continue to eat, because all plant foods contain fiber, which is another important point to consider, is that animal products contain zero fiber, so it's very easy to overconsume, say, raw milk or meat or whatever, because it doesn't really take up a big bulk in your stomach. When you're consuming plant food, it's very fibrous and it fills you up quick. So yeah, you can, even if you were like a junk food vegan, you will still dramatically increase your health, because it's far better for you than consuming meat. So, but I don't endorse that, and I don't recommend anybody can be a junk food vegan or junk food vegetarian. I do not recommend that, but I'm just saying that, it would still be better for you, because you wouldn't be generating all these free radicals in the degree that you would be with animal products. So, just to give you an example, I could consume unlimited quantities of brown rice, wild rice, fruits, vegetables, smoothies, and do very little exercise, consume extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil, and I'm thin, I'm not fat by any means. And it just goes to show that plant foods, especially plant fat, will not make you fat. Animal fat tends to stick on you, but plant fats are used up by the body because that's what we're biocompatible to consume and use. So hopefully, this has given you some good steps to take that have anti-aging properties and help you lose weight. The main things that you want to avoid if you want to lose weight is dairy. Avoid dairy, avoid animal products like meat, fish, chicken, eggs. So dairy, meat, chicken, fish, eggs. and processed foods, and white sugar. If you remove those 4 things from your diet, you will lose weight like crazy. You really will. And all it takes is removing those four basically things from your diet, and you will automatically start losing weight and becoming healthier. It's as simple as that. And then you just increase your consumption of all these whole food, plant foods like sweet potatoes, rice, wild rice, beans, big salads with tomatoes, onions, peppers, extra virgin olive oil, and vinegar. The list is endless. You can even make your own homemade raw chocolates. Now, as far as some special foods that are extremely anti-aging, now we're getting into things like superfoods. And superfoods is just something simple, such as a food that has more nutrients, than an ordinary fruit or vegetable that most people are aware or common of. So these would be things like cacao. Cacao has stellar amounts of antioxidants. It's very high on the ORAC chart. You have blueberries. Consume blueberries every day in smoothies or in a bowl of fruit. Green leafy vegetables like kale and spinach are phenomenally anti-aging and good for you. Good for your eyes, good for your skin, because there's lutein in actual kale that helps increase skin hydration. Raw chocolate, 100% dark cocoa, actually helps increase hydration and circulation to the skin. And you have chlorella, spirulina, phenomenally nutrient-dense foods, plant foods. You have goji berries, phenomenally great source of anti-aging nutrition because goji berries help stimulate human growth hormone in your body. Human growth hormone naturally declines as you get older, and human growth hormone is important for maintaining your youth. And then, of course, you have MSM sulfur, which is important for collagen production. Collagen is basically the glue that holds your skin together. So consuming a lot of sulfur every day. And then there's certain herbs that are great for your skin and hair and nails, such as horsetail and nettle, because they're rich in silica, which is a very important part in constructing new skin cells. Your hair needs silica to give it its shine. And these herbs are phenomenally high in these nutrients. So, any type of berries, green leafy vegetables, fruits are loaded with antioxidants and would serve you well to help become younger. And I would just put a lot of emphasis on the blueberries. Blueberries are really great for you. They're great for your brain. Studies have shown that improves coordination, memory function, can prevent dementia, Alzheimer's. If you want to be sharp, like a crazy nerd or something when you're like 70, 80, eat your blueberries every day, Bernardo LaPallo is actually a living testimony of someone who's like 111 and consumes blueberries every day, and he's sharp as a tack. So I'm not just making this stuff up, it's real and powerful, powerful medicine that's in plant foods. And they're available to most people in their local grocery store. So it's like the most powerful medicine that you have against aging, against disease. I highly encourage people to choose this healthy lifestyle. And you can lose weight, you can do this. And a couple other things that I would recommend is make sure you drink enough water. Most people don't realize that just by having low energy and feeling hungry all the time is usually sometimes just a result of dehydration.